Hello and welcome to Matt's Rocks. Today I'm going to do this little end piece. And I'm going to take the outsides off of it and round it, make a cab out of it. Hopefully I'll get the same pattern here as I do same pattern up here as I've got down here. So I'm going to try to make a oval cab that you can kind of put it in a setting, and then I'll do the other piece of it, one of the other pieces of it. There's another piece sitting over there, and I'll do both of these, put them both on the same video, I do believe, just because this one's so small it may not take as long. I kind of like this one because it's got clear agate around the outside ring out there, as you can see from this camera. So you should be able to see the light's pretty good on it, or light coming through pretty good on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started, and I'll do just like I do with all the others. We'll just show you after the first two, and then this one, and then those three at the end. And we'll get started and get this stuff over with. Hopefully, pretty quick. Not like I'm in any hurry, but wow, I should have filled that up. Okay, I'm back we've got these shaped. They look awful dark when they're dry. But there's the first one. It's still got the flat spot on the front. Back's, I'm looking over my glasses. Back's all cleaned off. And then here's the second one. There's the front. You can see it's a lot lighter on the inside, but the only reason why the other one's not light right now is because I haven't got the light coming through it. Oh, I didn't need to do that. That's why I moved this forward yesterday. That's that smaller one. And then here's the back. It's got a lot of shadows and eyes on it from the skin. Some little black platelets. It kind of looks different on both sides. I kind of like that. And then here's the first one, or the second one. There's the face. That one looks a lot better than most of the other ones I've had. They've all been darkish or yellowish. I've had a few of these black ones that turned out pretty good. This one's a little cloudy on this side, and it's got the little black platelets. Cloudy around the edges, a few eyes. Some turtle back in here. You can see those little waves. That's kind of a turtleback pattern, and you can see a couple of half moon shadows there that are more of that pattern. It looks like you can see it a little bit on the inside too. There's some lines going up. I won't be able to tell. You can see the turtleback pattern down here too on the bottom. This is the face. And I won't be able to tell if I got any more in here. I know there's a little bit right around here because you can see the little half moons at the end and the line coming down the center. But, and then when you turn it up this way, all that shadow goes away and you can see the turtleback in here too. But that's the way it'll hang. That'd be the front. And then that's the back. But I'm ready to go ahead and take these. I don't know why I'm looking at that camera. It's not looking at me. I'm getting ready to start these on the 220 grit, and I'll go ahead and get back to you when I get done with that part of it. I'm going to start with this first one first, just like I did the last time. And so let me move this back. Now that I've got that figured out, let's go ahead and get started. I don't know why I was fixing to shut that off. I at least want to show at least the beginning of this, just to give a little continuity. Okay, I'm back. There's the first agate after the 280 grit. Got a little bit of a shine on it. There's the back side. We got one white spot over here. But that's from an eye. And I don't think I'll be able to get it out without taking the eye all the way out. And you can see the out. If you're once I get it polished, you should be able to see the outside of that eye, or see that whole eye when it's done and polished. And then here's the second one. And let's do it with this hand. There's the face. It's got a little bit of a shine on it too. It's still got some scratches, but they're 280 grit scratches, and they'll come out on the 600. Only a couple of small pits on it. Well, one's not a pit. Actually, that's a pit, but it's also an eye. That little white spot there on that edge, that's an eye. You can see the, well, maybe not on that, but on this one. Well, maybe not. Let me show them dry on this one real quick. That's the back side of this one. There's the front side. And then here's this one. Back side. And that white pit's right there. Oh, I didn't zoom this in either. Ha! Duh! You just turned it on. You have to zoom it in every time you turn it on. There's the front face. Like I said, it's still got some scratches on it, but they're 280 grit scratches. There's the back face, or the back of it. I'll zoom in. focusing it. And you can see that white pit right there from that eye. See if I can turn it where you can see the outline of the eye. You might be able to see some of it there. Now let me get them wet. And scoot this camera over. Zooming in all the way. There's the back side. And that's the eye with the pit in it right there. I don't know if you can see this, the dot in it, the white spot in it. It's got all those little black platelets in there and a bunch of eyes, botryoidals is what those are actually. But they're showing up a lot better now than they were before. And then here's the back side. And this is the eye that's got the little bit of white on the outside edge. And like I said, if you turn it up, it doesn't show shadow all the way, or down one side, down that darker side. I like these agates. These are about this reminds me of the ones I give to my aunt and my cousins that I had, but it had a, it didn't have the quartz. I think it had a little bit of quartz in the middle, or a little bit of, all agates are made with quartz, jasper, and silica, or chalcedony. And there's two different kinds of each. There's, I just saw this on a video yesterday. There's rounded chalcedony and filament, fibrous. There's rounded and fibrous of both, or of all three. Quartz, chalcedony, and jasper. And agates have to have all three. And there's all three of them mixed together in the same element, but sometimes the quartz will grow out on the outside of the fortification lines. The fibrous quartz will grow out and form crystals, microcrystals, druzy crystal type stuff. And that's what makes your lines white. And then your colors come from, this is probably iron or cobalt. No, cobalt's blue. Never mind. Well, I think cobalt can also be black. I'm not sure. But the eyes were formed first. And if there's any water line, the water line's formed first, such as in this one. That's what the inside of the nodule looks like. And then any moss or anything that comes down from the top or the bottom, because you can get stalactite and stalagmite type inclusions in there. And those will be in there first, and then the rest of the water comes in, and it looks, you can say that it's between this line and this line, these two darker lines. You can see one little line in there, but you can pretty much bet, if you could look at it under a microscope, there'd be bunches of them, because it doesn't dry very thick, and it takes a bunch of layers, a bunch of layers. But those all fill in before it's cooled down, and the water evaporates, leaving the minerals behind. See if I got that zoomed in all the way. Maybe you can see that out. Yeah, you can see the outline of that eye a little better, where that white spot's at. And that'll show up. I don't know if it's going to be clear or dark. Looks like it's probably going to be clear. Yeah, it's going to be clear around it. But you can see there's two little spots in there. That is two dots. I was thinking it was only one. This one here is only one, but... And I still got a little bit of a chip on that edge, but that'll come out in the next wheel. Because I didn't really trim the edge other than flattening it and making my girdle. I did that all on, or did that on this one and this one, but I didn't trim the edge till I got to this one. Trim that outside edge to keep it from being sharp. And I've got a little wraparound area down here where I scritched it too many times bringing it up, and it rounded off that edge just a little bit right in there. But that shouldn't make any difference. That's probably going to be covered up with silver or some such, depending on what they, whoever makes it, turns it into a piece of jewelry. I'll let them decide. I do have quite a few pits on this back side, but I didn't want to mess it up with this. I don't think this is as bad as I thought it was, this 280 grit. It's not scratching as bad. It is scratching pretty good. I've also got another white. This is an inclusion right here. That little white piece there. Because you can't see the top of it. You can't see it. There may be one little bitty pit in the middle of it. But it's all under the surface. So that was there already. That's not a spall mark. And it's not a scratch from the diamond grit either. I've got several little chips on that edge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But they'll come off. 6. And hopefully I can straighten up that little curve a little bit on that bottom end. But I'm going to go ahead and start it on the 600. And move this back. And I'm going to run this sideways on here first. Try to get those pits out. Okay, I'm finally done. Finally. Took me long enough. I started again this morning at 11:30 and it's 10 minutes till 3. And I only had one wheel left to go. But I had some scratches that I got out of these two wheels that I couldn't get out with these two wheels, that I had to get out with the flat lap. I took the 600 on the flat lap and cut this down where I could get, let me get my, and where I could get the rest of those scratches off. They were scratches that I just didn't see because they kind of followed the fortification lines. There's the back side. Or the front side, sorry. There's the back side. I'm going to go ahead and show this with the flashlight behind it on this camera, just in case the other camera is just not clear enough or something. Okay, let me go with the front side first. There's the front side. I know that flashing's not going to help much, but and then here's the other one. This is what I was going to call the front side, but I don't know. I kind of like the back side a little better, and I'll tell you why as soon as I get the flashlight out to show it to you. This is going to be the front side, just because it had the bigger oval patterns in it. And the bigger center, but this side I think looks a lot better because it's got all those little black platelets around the outside edge. And you should be able to see that a little easier on the other camera, I'm hoping. Yeah, I like these two stones. I think these are the best ones I've done so far. But I've probably forgot the best one I've done so far. Okay, let me show them on the other camera. Let me tip that up. Maybe that'll help. There's the front side. Got a great shine on it. Oh, is that focusing even? Yeah, block the light. Let's back it off a tad just to see if it'll. I can't tell if that's focusing or not. Here's the back side. I like that. I like all those eyes in there. Got eyes down along the bottom. Oh, it's got eyes down along the bottom down here. And then a few eyes up on the top. But it's got a great shine. And there's the back. I don't know if I showed that to you or not. Now we'll go with this right here. Actually, let's put it up this way. Because up this way there's no shadow on either side. It's more towards the tops and around the edges. And then here's the back side. To surprise you, they're dark until you get them in the light. It's pretty neat. And then here's the other one. And this is the side I was going to call the front side. Well, let me get it in the right hand in the right direction. Oh yeah. I kind of like the looks of this on both sides. But I like this side a little better because you can see the focus. You can see the eyes on the top. Let me get my fingers out of the way. Well, that's got it up too high now. Well, maybe not. Get my hand around there where I could. Well, that's not working. Some nice looking stones. I like these stones. But I like all I like all agates. Excuse me. But yeah, it took me quite a while yesterday, and then finished them up today. But I'm not sure. But I'm thinking about. Nah, I don't think I will. I don't really want to drill a hole through the top of that. Why did I shut off that light for? I don't want to drill a hole through the top of that because it's so light colored. You'd be able to see, but I was thinking about drilling a hole and putting an eye up here that you could put a ring in to put a necklace on them. And I was thinking of doing that with both of them, but I don't think I want to do that. I figured it might be better for somebody to wrap silver just a little thin, you know, about yay wide, and bend it like this and just stick it around the outside edge and then put an eye on the top. But I don't think I'll be doing it because I don't think I've got the hand dexterity or the steadiness. Even though they're using tools and clamps and all that stuff, it still takes a lot of stuff that you can't do with a clamp and or get to with the tools attached to it, that type of stuff. But anyway, thanks for watching. This one should be out next Sunday, I think. I got Sundays out today. I got 2 more left. Yep, it'll be next Sunday. So I'll see you on the next one, and you guys have a good day. Take care.